Hello, everybody. The new episode of Heartland Season 15 is on the corner, and we're ready to find out what is expected of Amy in this episode. Finally, the course of the season has shifted and Amy repositioned herself as the protagonist of the show. At the beginning of the season, we watched all the other characters and their lives while Amy was acting as if she is a side character. It reached a point that we missed her. We missed watching her struggles and enjoyment of life. Thankfully, the last episode has become a new milestone for the character, as she left the dark clouds above her behind and decided to be her old true self. In the first seasons of Heartland, Amy was this young, full-of-life character who has a highly optimistic attitude toward life. She never let anything defeat her. Unfortunately, Ty's death has become a major blow for her, as she struggled to acknowledge and then overcome it. In the last episode, she proved for sure that she is ready for the new chapter of her life, and is excited to embrace her love of life once again. This means that exciting days are ahead for Amy. What will these exciting days bring for her? Well, probably many things that we cannot predict for now. However, we can confidently predict that a new love interest is on his way to making Amy truly happy again. Since the beginning of Season 15, we have been mentioning Sam, and how he is a perfect candidate to be a love interest for Amy. Sam grabbed our attention early in the season by being an amazing friend for Amy. He has become there for her whenever she wanted him to. He never hesitated to lend a helping hand and has always proved that he is loyal to Amy. Besides, he often shows how much he appreciates Amy, her work, and her stance in life. But, all these things aside, his glances at her show that he has strong feelings about Amy. In the last episode, Sam and Amy came across each other in the pub, as Amy was on a sort of date with an annoying man. Sam laughed at the scene, but it was apparent that he wasn't happy to see her on a date with such a man. He showed his feelings to Amy as well, but of course, he presented all those emotions humorously. We are not sure if Amy got the underlying message in Sam's talks, but we're sure that she is also interested in Sam, even if she hasn't realized this herself yet. In the next episode, we expect the two to spend some time together. Maybe Sam would be more vocal about his feelings this time and even might ask Amy to go on a dinner date with him. We believe that Amy would be surprised at first, but then would decide to give a chance to this possible relationship. Interestingly enough, Amy hasn't one, but two possible love interests who will dominate the next episode. The other love interest's name is Finn, who joined the series last episode. He is the grandson of a local rancher, who just visited his grandfather. His intentions toward Amy were apparent from the very start, but Amy was strictly friendly at first. Nevertheless, after a heartwarming speech on grief and feeling guilty, the two became closer, to the point that Finn decided to stay in the Hudson for a bit longer. His move was welcomed by Amy as well, since she was enjoying Finn's company a lot. Even though we cannot find any issues with Finn, we're doubtful that this relationship would last for long. Not only Finn lives in another city, but also his grandfather has bad blood with Jack, which would cause a problem. We believe that we will see him being open to Amy about his feelings this episode though, and Amy would probably say yes, since she cannot resist his charming attitude. Regardless, it's clear that Amy will have to choose between these two men in this episode, and we cannot wait for it. Who would you have chosen if you were in Amy's shoes, Sam or Finn? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.